What is going on, everyone, and welcome to a brand new series, No Brain, No Gain.
Ooh.
I'm Blind Goofball,
And I'm Nader Rules.
and what exactly is this?
So, No Brain No Gain is a new series we're doing about the Wave of the Undead shop. Essentially what we're going to be doing, we're going to be looking at whatever's in the shop for this week, and we're just going to go ahead and play through the maps. If there's other stuff we add to the shop later, we'll be showing that off. We're just going to give you all a feel of like what you're going to be buying when you see these maps.
Yeah, and I do want to mention that as we have returning maps, if we've covered them before, we won't cover them again, but if we haven't covered them, we'll cover them here. So today we're going to be covering 3 maps because of the used one.
Woohoo!
But let's get into the shop, and what do you know, I have 2,250 brains. What a coincidence.
We have 3 new maps too: Infested Desert, Simple Swamps, and Central Peak. These all sound pretty dang cool.
And I want to mention that Simple Swamps was created by one of our players. Username is Fico. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it. I'm sorry if I just butchered that. Let me know in the comments.
So either way, guys, your maps are now entering into the shop. We've gotten so many submissions from you guys. We are super excited. Next week there's going to be some user maps as well, we're hoping. The shop's kind of on an auto cycle.
Yeah,
we have a lot of new ideas coming in.
There's quite a few maps. I think at least half of the ones we have on the list are probably community now. That's amazing, guys.
So send yours in. We've been contacting several of you guys about your maps and possibly being in the shop soon. So make sure you pay attention for that and add accurate user info when we look for contact information, because we've had a couple issues with contact information not being accurate or faulty, or something going on with that. So just make sure you have something we can reach you at successfully, so that if we want to contact you, we can.
But let's get on into this now.
Definitely.
Let's pick up all 3 of these maps. Let's pick up Infested Desert.
We got that. Simple Swamps.
Simple Swamps, our community map. And we'll grab Central Peak. There are no items available. That's what I want to see.
Let's take a look at this.
Let's
bad
see if
boy.
I can find these. Let's go to a 8x8. There's Central Peak. Let's cover Infested Desert. I think that was...
I forget.
There it is.
There it is.
It's a 13x13. Yeah, we want it to show grid size. It doesn't right now.
It's coming
We
soon.
will work on that though. But let's get into Infested Desert.
Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at this map. This is a totally different map. So you might have noticed we recently changed the name of the beach tile to sand.
And this is why. This
why.
map's fault.
Because
really
now
is.
it opens up the opportunity for lots of desert themed stuff. So if you wanted to go into a desert sort of theme map making, knock yourself out, because that's what I did here as I created this one. So this one, the easiest way to put it is a big old desert in the middle with a bunch of sand. There's some scattered trees, there's a forest border around it, and there's also a few stump tiles every now and then. Not a whole lot of them, but just a few stump tiles that you definitely want to watch out for.
Yeah, stump tiles are something we really haven't seen in maps before, by default though, but I think this might be the first one we've had with stumps.
I think so.
So that's kind of cool.
Spawn point is at 7-6, so just make sure we're ready for that as well. So, let's go ahead and grab a few defenses to get started here.
Yeah.
I want to guard my edges, because you know the golden rule is guard the edges.
Always. And let's grab a bow, I think, for this map, because it's so big.
Definitely. Here we go, guys.
No, I think we're going to play up to, like, wave 5 on all these guys.
We want to play an Undead General on each of these, that way you can see the full impact of what this is.
Now, we have no idea what zombie type we're going to get. If we get assassins, we get assassins, but...
Yeah, again, we do not rig these. We are as authentic as we possibly can. The only thing we didn't do that was authentic was we gave ourselves the brains required to get all 3 maps.
Yeah, that's all we did. I wasn't gonna...
Alright, so
Because this is just my own save file here.
now this is where it gets complicated, because I can't put cannons here because the stump's blocking.
Yep, there's
So
stumps.
once I get to that, I'm going to have to really watch out for it. Let's head over here and...
Now, while he plays, I do want to mention, because I've heard a couple of things about brains and earning brains to get the maps that we're showing on. Yes, it is tricky, I know. We are working on that. We're going to increase the brains that you can earn. That's a plan. We have a couple other things we want to do with brains as well, so don't worry, we're working on it.
Yes. We may mention a little bit of it here at the end of the video, like we promised, so make sure you stick around till the end, because at the end we're going to be revealing a couple things about a future update coming out pretty soon, we're hoping.
Oh yeah.
So stay around for that. Definitely going to be good. Alright, so far my feel of Infested Desert, I'm the one playing it today, but so far my feel is it's definitely a different sort of challenge. It feels very different from the other maps we've done.
Yeah, just because of the stumps, I think that makes it a little fun.
The stumps and the forest combo is actually kind of nice. I'm gonna admit, I kind of like it.
Camo Zombie's gonna be fun.
Camos will be fun. I'm hoping we get camos for
Yeah,
this
that'd be
undead
awesome. I really hope we don't get assassins. I swear, every time.
We have the worst luck with assassins. So one more thing I want to note here is the sand doesn't play too much into this game right now until you put in landmines and pitfalls.
Yeah.
So it's not a huge challenge. So when you first see all the sand everywhere, don't freak out. Remember, sand got modified a few updates back where your defenses no longer collapse. You're
You
completely
can place
safe.
stuff on it however much you want. It doesn't matter.
Yes, so you are completely safe on sand now.
Here's
All
our
right,
undead general. What do we have?
taking a look here. Buff
I
zombies.
see buffs. Yep.
Holy, it's not assassins.
I was kind of hoping for camos, but that's okay.
Camos would have been pretty nice,
A little buff zombie.
but that's
Hey.
okay.
Yeah, buff zombies are fun. I
Oh
like.
gosh, she's summoned lots of reinforcements. Help! Mayday, 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 mayday.
Oh, there goes cannon.
Houston,
Guys, it's really fun when the undead general does that. It really is.
Houston, I may have a problem. Oh, okay, Undead General's down.
And buff zombies now.
Clean them up. Okay,
Alright, so I think that's going to be it for this one.
so
we're
this one
going
was
to-
one, as we didn't quite say this before, but this was one that
We
I
made.
made personally. So this was a developer map. So
Yeah, this was made by Nibble Nerds officially. Alright, so let's move into our next map here. Oh, we already bought it. Now, the next one's Simple Swamps, which I think is a 16 by 16. Yes, it is.
And here it has the username right next to it.
Yeah.
So we can see it was made by one of you guys, which is super awesome. Seeing the fact that you guys sent us some maps, we are super pumped to be introducing this one.
Let's play this one. Let's see what we got here.
Would you like me to give you a brief description of it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright, so this one's a very simple map, as is in the title. Essentially, you have a bunch of plains up top, you have a river in the middle with swamps underneath it, so that'll block some movement.
That's
Like,
annoying. That really is.
That's gonna be a movement blocker. There's a line of mountains in the back, so you could probably use some range weapons there to really knock things out. And then you got plains at the bottom. So this is a very simple and easy to play map, so I think we can roll into this one here.
Yeah, we got some bridges here too, and there's some sand on the right. That's interesting.
I just want to know, completely coincidentally, this was the very first user map we ever got from you guys. So
It was, and no, that the shop just picked it, guys. I didn't.
yes, we're
I
not
don't
doing
pick
favoritism.
what pops in the map in the shop.
Nope, we don't pick
So
everything.
just so you're aware, I don't do that. It's on an automatic cycle.
So if you are the one who made this map, you can drop down in the comments and tell us that it was you. And if
Yeah.
you want to communicate with us, y'all have the access to our Discord. We'll put our Discord in the link below. We'll have the Audio Games forum in the link below. Just keep an eye out for that stuff because we want to communicate with you guys, especially as you're making maps, because we love talking to you guys about these things.
Yeah, we do. We've gotten some really good maps coming up. We have a lot of fun community creations that are coming in the shop.
Oh yeah, future episodes of No Brain No Gain are going to be simply amazing.
They really are. Alright, you're out and you're out. Now, this map, the nice thing about it is it doesn't really get to be a problem until
You hit the far
you
back.
hit the further back spot, which I kind of like. It's a simple map, which we need. Nice, simple maps. Alright. Move over here. Off, and the double movement. That's annoying. Crap. Get over here. Okay. We're screwed.
Not yet, you're not. Okay, you're screwed. Get over there. Oh, you gotta get to the bridges. Oh no, you got swamps. Oh no, can you make it? Are you gonna make it?
Yes! In the corner!
Oh
In
my-
the corner!
That was so
Oh my
close.
gosh!
That was intense. So we didn't talk much there for a second because that was just intense. I thought we were done.
That was awesome. I wouldn't have died.
Wow.
Let's
So
just get
that
some more
actually
different-
leads perfectly into something that we're going to be changing in the 4.3.2 update coming out. One thing we're removing, I'm just going to say this right now, we'll talk a bit more about that update in a minute, but one thing we're removing is the double movement feature from Wave of the Undead for now. And I know some of you may be sad about that, and I'm personally a little sad about it, but it made the game a bit too hard. Like, as we saw here, it was almost impossible to catch that guy. We got so lucky that we caught him in time.
Yeah.
So we understand that some of y'all may be sad about that. If you enjoyed that feature, go down below and let us know. This is something we're removing because we think that it's best for the game, but if you had something that you liked about it, let us know.
Yeah.
We're going to say the same thing we say every video. If you have ideas and things that you want to see in this game, tell us. Camos.
We got
Oh,
camos.
now you get the camos. Couldn't have got that on Infested Desert, now could you?
No. Alright, let's...
Run.
Yeah, really. Oh crap.
You hit the wrong guy. Kill that guy and then that guy. On your right, he's gonna do
Yep.
away.
I think it's the other general.
Probably is. Yeah, the double movement makes it too hard for me, so I'm glad we're taking that out. He got stuck. Oh, that's so nice. Oh, it's gone. Chase it.
Come here. Oh. Guys, that was another close call,
So
but
narrow
again, that was
escape.
wave 5. So we are going to go ahead and end this one and go into our final map, which is on an 8x8. Nice, simple map here. A Central Peak. This is a returning map from last week.
And
This was a
user-
developer-created map as well. We created this one.
I made this one. This is a very, very easy to understand map. So you have plains up top. In the middle of the map, essentially the middle of the map is just all mountain.
Yeah, it's
And
a
then
nice
you
little
have surrounded by
mountain area.
plains. It's
Yeah.
not. This is not a complicated map. Shouldn't be at all confusing to you at all. If you need a second to examine it, I understand, but this should not be a super hard map.
Our goal with some of these maps, we want some complexity in some of them, and we want some simplicity. Simplicity is good. It really helps with if you're not as good of a player yet, if you're trying to practice on horde mode, use some of these simpler maps. Central Peak is a great one. You
Yes.
get to experiment with mountains. Mountains are fun. I like mountains. They have some interesting effects with your ranged weapons there. So
Yeah,
mess around with them. That's what this map is for.
That's the main reason we're doing this series right now of no brain, no gain. So you can see what you're getting in the shop. So if you're a more experienced player, you can go ahead and play the experienced maps. If you're not as experienced, that's perfectly fine. You might want to just try a less complicated map like this one. This is very simple, easy to play, a lot of fun.
Yeah, if you're a new player, this might be the map that I recommend, honestly. If you're a new player, if you want to pick something up from the shop, this is what I would get.
What we're going to be doing here, and we didn't say this at the beginning, but we probably should, is at the end of the video, what we're going to be doing, we're going to go through each of these, and we're going to rate them on how easy they are. So you know what you should be looking for at the end of the video when you buy your own map of what you want to be getting.
Yeah, it's going to be really just us taking a look at how do the tiles play into things, and what does it affect. What's on the general here? I don't know, they all dead.
Camos.
Oh.
Again?
Now we get camos a lot.
The one time we wanted camos, we can't get camos. That's just messed up, am I right? Cleaned up.
Alright.
Alright, so
That's going to be it for our 3 maps. As a reminder, we covered Infested Desert,
Yep.
Simple Swamps,
Definitely.
our community map, and Central Peak, the returning map of the week. So let's take a look at all these. Infested Desert. Pretty fun map. You got the stumps there, but other than that, it's not bad.
I'd say that one is a good one for if you have been playing for a little bit and you're ready to just like have some fun. If you're I think an average player can take that one on pretty
I do
easily.
too, yeah.
That's a very good like beginner
It's
to
a
intermediate.
step up from the beginner maps, but it's not a problem.
I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, I would give you about like a 3 or 4.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say 4 officially. What are you gonna say?
sure, we'll go with 4. That sounds... Simple Swamps was a really basic map. Honestly,
simplistic.
it's simplistic. It introduces you some tiles pretty well. You've got that big plains area up top, which makes it really easy, but until you get to that bit of swamp, I would probably give it like a 3, just because that swamp part is annoying.
I would say the same
It's a
thing.
large grid, but
I'd say
it's
a 3.
not really that hard.
I'm gonna say a 3 as well. And then let's go for the final one.
Central Peak. This is a really simplistic map. There's nothing challenging you here. It's really just allowing you to experiment with the mountain tiles. I would give it a 1. There's nothing crazy about it.
I'm giving it a 1 too. So you heard it from the developers. If you're looking to buy a map from the shop this week, which I'm hoping you guys are working for that, then I would say, based on your experience level, we're gonna say it one more time. Central Peak is a 1 out of 10 on difficulty. Simple Swamps is a 3 out of 10, and Infested Desert is a 4 out of 10. So I would go ahead and check those guys out.
Yeah, and if you want to play a community map, Simple Swamps is in there. So
It's there.
that's the community map right now. You might end up with multiples of those in the shop in the future.
Oh, it's exciting.
Cycles again. The shop cycles every Sunday. Midnight Eastern time is when it cycles, I believe.
So we'll be
I
back
don't
next
stay
week.
up when the shop cycles, guys.
We don't know. It could be going at 1 a.m. and we wouldn't know right now.
But
we don't stay up that late.
that's about around when it cycles. So that's that. I do want to cover one more thing in this video.
Let's do that.
And that is the upcoming 4.3.2 update. It's another small patch, which is a couple of quality of life
I don't
changes.
think this is a small patch.
It's a big small patch. It's not a feature update really, but
it's fixing some things that we need to fix.
yeah. Now the first thing I want to mention is that shop. Remember when we opened it, it didn't show who made the map. It was a community map. So that's coming in 4.3.2. You'll be able to see who made it. That's just the client-side update there.
So just to clarify for you guys, we'll talk about it a bit more when it comes out, but if in a 4.3.2 update it has no username by it, that means it was made by me or one of the other members of the team. And if it has a username by it, it means it was a community map made by one of you guys.
Exactly. So you are getting full credit for your map. Just remember that.
Yep.
And the next thing we have was the double movement. That is going bye-bye.
Nope, it's gone.
So native rules already mentioned that, but that's going to be removed for now. If that's something you want to see return, let us know.
All right. The next thing I want to talk about is the map making process. So in the process of receiving maps from you guys, we heard a couple things about wanting to be able to edit maps after they're done. And that is something that we are working on right now, and I believe it's coming in 4.3.2.
It is.
Is where you're going to be able to load your maps afterwards. So if you've made it, kind of like what the old level maker did, you're going to be able to load your maps back and edit them again.
Now I want to mention though, when it comes to loading maps, you cannot load maps that you've already created with the level maker before 4.3.2, just because of some changes I had to make to the format in order to allow this to work properly. But any map you create with the map maker in 4.3.2 or above, you can load. So that's that. You'll be able to load them and send them to us edited if you need to.
So I will say one thing we're working on. Editing them, when you edit them and resend them, it's probably not going to send you brains again. We're debating on whether or not we want to do that, just because it's too easy to, I guess we would say, cheat the system. So we're hoping to avoid that right now. So just expect that if you send in an edited map, you don't get extra brains for it, just because that makes the most sense.
So far, we haven't had any issues with that, and I want to thank you guys for that.
Thank you guys so much for your honesty.
Yes. Now, if it becomes a problem, it will have to be removed, so keep that in mind. Continue to be honest. We're really happy with it. We love giving you guys some free brains for sending us maps, so there's that.
We're having a blast seeing what you guys have created. I had no idea you guys were so creative. I've seen some maps here that have blown me away.
There have been some really good ones, yeah. Now, finally, in 4.3.2, let's talk about brains.
Let's talk about brains.
Remember this no brain, no gain thing. We want to get brains so we can buy things from the shop that we've been showing off.
Wait, we want to get brains so we can gain?
Yes. So, how are we going to gain brains? Well, you've gained brains by playing in Horde mode mainly. The campaign gives you a few, but nothing worthwhile. Really. Now, what we're going to be doing is increasing the number of brains you earn in Horde mode a little bit in the campaign, but again, it's not
a huge change, but it is going to give you more brains.
It will be noticeable. You'll get some more brains, and it'll be kind of nice.
So one example that we'll give you is when we ran tests, I played and got enough points to get 61 brains. We tested with the newer version. I think we hit like 80?
75 or 76, I think.
Yeah, I think we hit 76 brains. So it's an increase. You're going to see it really start to ratchet up. So don't worry, we heard you guys, and we're doing that. And this isn't the end of ways to get brains. That's coming in a future update. We're just not ready to spoil that just yet. We've talked enough about updates for today.
And I think that's going to conclude this first episode of No Brain, No Gain. And man, was it fun. We will be back next week with another episode, so stay tuned, and we will see you guys later.